everybody, I'm the Pigglesworth. Welcome back to Sevtech Ages. Oh, I don't know if you noticed it right there, but right when I jumped, there was a little bit of a hiccup, a freeze in the game. Maybe that will be the freeze that we get for this whole episode. That would be awesome. Right at the beginning, get it out of the way. But we're over here. I'm finishing up making some paper. Now, I've been having this little bit of an issue. I don't know what the deal is. And I don't know, maybe it has to do with as we move up in the ages, mobs and the way they spawn are different. We're going to run over here for just a minute. It's been a little while since we've done this on camera, but this is the hunting dimension. That's what it was called, the hunting dimension. So we're going to squat here. And for those of y'all who are newer to the series, you may not have ever even seen this. But there's this hunting dimension you go into. It's constantly dark, and mobs by the boatload spawn everywhere and want to like eat your face off. Well, the problem is, okay, so what I did was I built this mob farm way up in the sky so that I could control mobs spawning in areas. All of these, what do you call them, totems? They're set up to keep creepers from blowing up, blowing holes in the floor so that the floor stays together. And the way it works is the mobs will follow me. They'll come over here to these punji sticks. The punji sticks kill them, and their drops get collected in hoppers. What in the world is that? A cursed creeper? I've never seen you before. What are you? I bet if I was to kill it somehow or to like fight it, it would give some weird effect to me. But what's really strange... Okay, see, this is also what's strange. I'm actually starting to see some mob spawns now. But I spent a good 5 or 10 minutes over here before, and I could not get zombies to spawn. I could barely get anything to spawn, let alone zombies. What is that? It's like a piece of paper. Great. Now I'm really tempted to jump down there and get it. Where is my sling? Because I need the sling to be able to get out of there. I hear a spider. Okay, let's do this. If I break that, I should be able to climb back up from that spot. So let's grab that. It's crazy. I didn't even see that laying there. Arcane Scroll, Bane of Arthropods. Okay. I don't know what I'll use that for, but we'll go with it for now. But I mean, what's really strange is I'm just not getting a whole lot of mob spawns. And if you'll go back and watch earlier episodes, we would get outlandishly ridiculous amounts of spawning. Abyssal-craft kind of creatures over here and just all kinds of stuff. Now we can barely get anything to spawn, and I don't know what the deal is with that. Now, the reason I came over here is because I needed glue so that I can make paper. And I managed to scrounge up just enough rotted flesh to make enough glue to make 15 pieces of paper so that we can make the 5 different blueprints that we're going to need for immersive engineering. So, I think... Oh, there was a pause as well. Okay. So, I mean, I think for now we're going to go ahead with this paper and we'll be okay. But I really hope that the recipe changes, or that something changes where we can find some more rotted flesh, because we're slowly running out of a way to make glue. And as far as I can remember, let's double check. Glue. What are the recipes? It's going to be either rotted flesh. What was this? Gator skin. It's all different animal skins to make glue. Now, if I'm not mistaken, in real life, that might be how you make glue. What? 2 glue from buffalo hide. Oh. Well, I mean, if we can get 1 buffalo hide and turn it into 2 glue, that... See, we might have to just make a buffalo farm so that we can make glue. It's strange. You'd think that the horse farm would be what would make the double glue, but we'll go with that. I know, it's kind of that's kind of messed up. Poor horses. We'll leave them out of this. So let's go ahead and sleep real quick, because I want it to be daytime, because we're going to be over by the immersive engineering area, and I don't want mobs to spawn. So the first thing we need to do is look at what are the different blueprints we can make. Spell blue properly. Okay, maybe we need to singularize it instead of pluralize it. So here's what's weird. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Engineer, crafting components, metal press, common projectiles, specialized, and arc furnace electrodes. But when I click on this, metal, wait, okay, so crafting components, metal, metal, so there's the first two, common projectiles, specialized, arc furnace. There's no specialized. Okay, and when I'm clicking on it, it's not showing me. So for now, okay, we're going to eventually be able to make 5 blueprints, but for right now we can only make 4. So what I also did was I took some lapis and ground it up. So we now have our materials for our base blueprint setup. Somehow, oh, that's that extra steel plate that like glitched really weird. Okay, so we're just going to go one by one. So I can make this blueprint. So we've got that one. So the next one we need copper, aluminum, and iron. I've got iron. And I do believe we have some copper and aluminum. If we don't have aluminum smelted, if I'm not mistaken, we still got the Tinker smelter empty. Let's see. Let's actually check here first. Copper, iron, tin. Not T-E-N, but T-I-N. A block of aluminum. You know what? Let's just do this. Can we find lead, silver, aluminium? There we go. As the Australians would say. Australia, you say aluminium. Wonder how many Australians watch that are just smacking their head against a solid object right now. Piggy, really? So go ahead and pour ourselves an aluminum ingot, as we would say here in America. Aluminum. And there was another freeze. Great. We're going to get multiplicity of freezing now. So let's see here. Let's click that. That's going to give us our second blueprint. Awesome. So let's see. What's the third and fourth? HOP graphite dust. We'll have to look into that in a second. So copper ingot and 2 gunpowder. So I know that we... oh, excuse me. So we got a copper ingot here. And I'm almost certain we've got gunpowder laying around. Look at that. Talk about perfect timing. So we'll figure out what this graphite is here in just a second. So we'll make that one. That's going to be our third blueprint. Awesome. So this graphite stuff. Hop graphite dust. Wait. Uh-oh. An industrial squeezer or a Wesley crusher? So how do I make this ingot? This ingot is made by cooking. Wait, what? Is that circular reasoning? I can cook graphite dust into an ingot. Let's back up. Nope. Come on, back up, you. And the ingot turns into graphite dust. It's a circle of life. That's what we figured out. So from here, an arc furnace will take dust and turn it into ingot. That will take dust and turn it into ingot. Okay. All right, now. R for recipe. Hop. Let's just type in hop. Maybe there's not a recipe yet, and that's why it's doing that. Yeah, see, when I click on these, it's showing me recipes. There's no recipe for that yet. It just shows me that we can transmutate one item to another in an infinite circle. What is that? An upper. Works like an upside down hopper. Sucks items up from a block below. That is a really cool idea. I've never thought of that. An upside down hopper. I like that. I don't know what I'd use it for yet, but that's an interesting idea. Pardon me. Okay, so, well, all right, fine. We'll just leave these extra materials over here for this this blueprint, and we can make the blueprints whenever we need to. So let's see here. Here's our 3 blueprints we've got up and running. Oh, I already had some of that. Okay, and we'll do that as well. Okay, awesome. So we've got that good to go. So what in the world did I need all this for? I cannot for the life of me remember. I think we were working on this metal press, weren't we? We wanted to press blaze powder into the shape of a rod, and we needed blueprints to figure out different things. So this thing has a plate. It goes ka-chunk, ka-chunk, and it's going to like push the blaze powder into a molded shape. So let's see here. Let's do @immersive. And that's going to constrain our list to only immersive engineering stuff. Oh, they got bookshelves here too. And a cupboard. Also known as a cupboard. Here we go. Metal press mold plate. Metal press mold rod. So we need one that's going to... Okay, metal press molds. Not like the kind that make you sneeze. That would be terrible. Yeah, I'm over here creating mold, thank you very much. So we got metal press for molds. I'm also going to need those clippers. So we'll put that there. The clippers go here. What is this? Oh, cool. It shows me all the stuff I need. So I need 5 steel plates. Not 5 stolen plates, but 5 steel plates. Oh, nice. And we've got some coal coke. I can't remember if I can put charcoal in there or not. Let's see. Coal coke. And what do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 for steel? I think that's real. So let's go ahead and dump this in here, and we want to get ourselves a little bit more of the creosote out of there. Okay, that bucket isn't, or that barrel is now full. I think we've got enough material here. We could build another, I think this is how you do it. Yep. Wow, he remembers. I didn't reboot from one episode to another. What do you know? So we'll pop that in there. That's going to get our creosote. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there's supposed to be like a bigger vessel, a vessel that we can build that will hold way more fluid than this. But I think for now we're going to do okay. There we go. 1, 2. Maybe 2 more buckets worth. Okay, that one will just sit there. Great, we got... Nope. Don't you eat that food. Come here, bucket. Well, we might need you for something. And that's going to take a minute. Okay, so while that's going, let's see if we can figure out this whole electricity thing. It's actually kind of serendipitous that we built this right here. And now we're going to need it for this. We may have to turn that around and make it face the other way to get whatever wiring goes in that to come down here. I don't know yet. Or we might just lower that, because technically it doesn't need to be that high up in the air, I don't think. Anyway, let's consult the manual. So basic wiring. Bzz. The energy net, okay, of immersive engineering has 4 important blocks. Capacitors to store energy, connectors as inputs and outputs for the net, relays to connect wires together, and transformers to switch between different levels of wire. And if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of how it works in real life. I don't know why, but for some reason I have a little bit of a mental block when it comes to figuring out electrical things in life. So I may not be like exactly thinking correctly, but it seems like it's going to work somewhat like reality when it comes to electricity. So basic wiring. To connect 2 blocks, simply click the first one with a wire coil, and then use the same coil on the second block. The total transfer rate between 2 points depends on the weakest type of wire between them. So I guess there's going to be different levels of wire. MV wire coil, creosote oil bucket, hemp cloth creates an insulated. Okay, that's kind of like real life. So we've got like exposed wire and we've got insulated. And I think insulated wire actually holds a signal a little bit better, but it also protects it from the elements and keeps you from electrocuting yourself. So a stick and 4 copper wire will give us 4 LV coils. I don't know what the difference between MV and LV is. Maybe that's the energy rating. Like how in real life we have AC and DC, alternating current and direct current. Maybe that's what this means. Medium voltage, low voltage. Maybe that's what that means. Let's keep looking through here. Basic wiring. Okay, so cool. They actually have examples. Okay, I like this. Note that restrictions apply based on blocks. Connectors and relays will only take wires of the same type that is already connected. Transformers will only take 2 wires of a different type. So it looks like we can use any kind of wire we want, but between 2 of the same objects, or connectors and relays, if I start with an MV here, I have to go to MV here. I think that's what they're saying. And transformers will only take 2 wires of a different type. So if this is a transformer, I'm going to think that's a relay and a connector. So is that a transformer? I don't know. Let's move forward. And wires can only connect to blocks that match the voltage. Wires are the same type. Wires can only connect to blocks that match the voltage. Okay. There are 2 important values to note about wiring. Each connector has an input value. 256, 1024, 4096, which I think is a binary base. I'm not quite certain how you express that verbally, but I do recognize that as like in computer terms, how we count out bits and stuff. And each wire has a maximum transfer rate. So I think this is the minimum maximum, 256 being the lowest input value, 2048 being the max, and then we move up into these groups. The connector limits how much power can be in and output, but multiple connectors can unify into a single wire, allowing you to combine the transfer over longer ranges. Note, however, that the maximum transfer rate of the wire must not be exceeded, or else the wire will burn up. So we don't want to have fire. Wires will transfer energy even through unloaded chunks, as long as the input and output chunks are loaded. Okay. So I guess what that means is I could build like a giant power transfer area, put a chunk loader in it that would keep that area active, and then I could run wiring all over the place, and whenever I went to a chunk and it loaded because I was standing there, it would draw power from the power supply area. Uninsulated wires connected to an energy source will cause damage to players and mobs too close to them. Okay. Insulated wires are available for low and medium voltage. Okay, so LV and MV, low voltage, medium voltage. Sneaking when using the pick block function on a connector will pick the connected wire from your inventory. Wire connections will break if a block obstructing the wire is placed. Connectors serve as in and outputs to the IE energy net. You can place them on capacitors or other flux handlers, and they will transfer powers through connected wires. Relays will still accept wires, but can't in or output. They serve as connection points between wires. It's like I understand what they're saying and I don't at the same time. Capacitors serve as energy storage units. I somewhat understand what a capacitor is in real life. I don't think that this is going to work the same way a real life capacitor does. Usually a capacitor will store up energy and then you use it for a quick release of energy. So a good example would be like an old television set. The tube in the television needed a certain rating of power to get it warmed up and turned on immediately. Like really old TVs, you would turn them on and they would take a few seconds or minutes to warm up before you could actually see a good image. That's because the power coming into it had to kind of build up to a certain level, okay? So with a capacitor would store a certain amount of energy, and when you turned your television set on, the capacitor would instantly release that stored up energy as a burst into the tube, instantly heating it up, and that's why when you turn your television on, you instantly would see an image. And now all incoming power just keeps it at that upper level. That's what a capacitor does. What this looks like they're saying is a capacitor is actually going to work like a battery. It'll serve as energy storage units, like a battery. You can use the hammer to adjust the configuration of each side, with blue designating an input, an orange an output, and no color marking preventing any connection at all. Okay. Sneak while using the hammer to configure the side opposite of the one you clicked. Transformers are going to, I'm just going to start running through because we're kind of bogging down here. Transformers are going to allow you to transition between types of wire. The weakest wire restricts the transfer rate. Note that high voltage transformers can step down to low voltage or medium voltage, so you don't need to chain two transformers. Still, I really don't understand what half this means. You can attach transformers to wooden poles as shown on the second image on page 4. However, only non-high voltage transformers can be placed like this. Okay. Wire cutters are used to remove all wires connected to a block by simply right-clicking it. Okay, cool. A voltmeter is used to measure connections, aiming it at any energy storage, or right-clicking it will read its current storage. Sneak right-click two connectors to calculate the average loss between them. Okay, that's interesting. Feed-through insulators allow connecting wiring from one side of a wall to wiring on the other side without a hole. Okay, so kind of like a plug in the wall. So what I don't understand, I don't feel like what that told me at all was how in the world are we going to power that from that? So let's see here. Let's go ahead and get our steel ingots. We're going to throw those in there. Let's do this. Back up. Okay, clicking that doesn't do anything. Oh, I know why. We have to go smack these with a hammer. They need to be plates. Plates, as some might say. As none would say, actually. Well, as Piggy just said. And Piggy's not none, so some would say. Or at least one would say. Keep going. Is that all of them? There we go. Okay, so that's 5. So let's go back over here and see if that will let us click. Like if we have all valid items in our inventory, will it go ahead and move them over like a normal crafting bench seems to do? Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, so doing that makes, I wonder, is this all the same recipe? It is. Okay. So by putting it in there, it validates and says, now choose which one you want to make. We want to make the rod press. Now, how do I put this in here? Do I right-click it? Oh, cool. I love that. You can actually see it sitting in there. But we don't have any power going to this thing. So maybe I have to plug something right here. And let's see, does this thing have some kind of a plug on it as well? Let's just climb up here. Okay, so there's this thing on top. Kinetic Dynamo. It's dynamite. I think we're safe up here. Is the sun about to come up? It sure is. Wow, that's strange. This episode's really going by much quicker than I thought it would. So that's basic wiring. Power generation. Kinetic Dynamo. Transferring power is quite helpful provided you have power. To actually generate flux, you can use the kinetic forces of windmills and water wheels. Connecting these to a dynamo will generate power based on how fast they turn. The water wheel is a fairly easy way of powering a dynamo. Its turning speed is based on the water flowing around it. So for optimal results, you'll want to direct the water in a semicircle from the top down, one side and along the bottom. What? Oh, maybe they mean like I would want water to flow this way, come over here, and then have a hole dug underneath where the water would flow that way. So it's like a semicircle. Maybe that's what they're meaning by that. What? Can I click on that? No. Okay. Up to 3 water wheels can be placed against each other. Interesting. So I could have 3 of these right next to each other. The windmill is a free and... It's not free. I had to make all this. Thank you. It's a free and easy way of generating power, albeit not a very powerful one. Its speed depends on the space in front of it, with its kinetic output reducing greatly if the airflow is obscured. Additionally, Weather conditions like rain or thunderstorms result in stronger winds and increased rotation speeds. Your wind-based power generation can be improved by, oh cool, covering the blades of your windmill in cloth. Doing so increases the surface area, and with it, the rotation speed and energy output. The required sails are crafted from tough hemp fabric, okay, and applied to the windmill by right-clicking it in the world, okay. It's still not telling me how to connect things. Come on, back up you. There we go. Power wires and generators. Breaker switches. Yikes. There's just all kinds of crazy stuff. So let's see. Probably what we want to do, electrum wire for medium voltage wire coil. You want electrum wire. Power generation? No. How is it the earlier basic wiring? Redstone wires. Backup 1. Power wires and generators. Okay, so I guess this is going to be it. Move forward, move forward. That's really strange that it's showing me that recipe now when before it was showing me a completely different recipe. Is it showing me a recipe based off of only the materials I have in my possession? Because now I've only got iron, and before I had steel. Alright, let's do this. Copper wire, electrum wire, aluminum wire. Okay, here's a bunch of different wire types. LV wire coil, MV, HV, hemp rope coil for decorational purposes only, will not transmit power. Okay. Insulated LV, insulated low voltage and high voltage. Now what I don't know is how much voltage does the machine require. So maybe we should make a voltmeter first. That might help us start capacitor backpack. Sounds like Ghostbusters. I blame myself for not testing this thing. Let's see. A meter. Let's just type in meter and see what happens. M-E-T-E-R. Voltmeter. Engineer's voltmeter. We need a compass. Item must be in your inventory. Okay. A copper ingot. And 2 sticks. Now, I think I have a compass. Let's see if there's a way to craft a compass now. Compass. Can we craft you? 4 iron plates and an iron arrowhead. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think we have a built compass over there, don't we? Squat! There we go. Now, where are those treated sticks? I treated them well. We'll put that there. I think we only need regular sticks, right? Arcane scroll. Yeah, we've seen that. Voltmeter. 2 sticks, a copper ingot. Okay, we'll run over here. I know there's a copper ingot this way. So we might want to look at setting up water wheels if we're going to start needing much more energy to do certain things. So there's a copper ingot, 2 sticks, and let's do this. Let's create a filter for a compass. And then from there we'll escape. Okay, so let's start searching. Let's keep searching. Let's keep searching. I know there's a compass. Watch it be hanging up on a wall. There's a piece of leather. I could have actually used that. There's another piece of leather, darn it. We could have used those. But no, not now. Matter of fact, that might have been enough leather. We didn't have to craft any last time. Nope. No. Do it with empty hand. There we go. There's a compass. There is one on the wall. I wasn't going crazy. Come with me, please. Oh, man, it's going to be my coordinates, but I'm going to be honest with you. We haven't needed coordinates for a while, and I have an atlas. So let's just go for it. We've got it crafted. Let's go ahead and create a voltmeter. So what does this do? It said we right-click or do we aim at it? I think the first thing I need to do is figure out how much power is coming out of this windmill So we know if we need to make low voltage or high voltage. We are right here though. Oh, what does that say? Energy stored 0.0 out of 16,000 flux. Okay, so that thing can store energy, is what it looks like it's saying. Is this thing making energy? Squat right click. All I want to do is eat now. That's not telling me anything. Alright. So let's see here. Basic wiring, power generation, Kinetic Dynamo. To actually generate flux, you can use it. Connect these to a dynamo. Connect what? Windmills and water mills. Okay, we read that. We read that. We read that. So that's how to generate the electricity. Basic wiring. Transformers are going to transform types of energy. Transforming. So maybe a connector is what I need to build. All right, so let's see. How do we build a connector? You know, I kind of like this because it's a little bit of a different change of pace compared to a lot of stuff we've been doing. Low voltage wire connectors, relays, medium voltage wire connector. Structural cable connector. Okay. Let's start with this. I get the feeling it's 4 pieces of terracotta and 3 copper ingots. Okay, the copper ingots are going to be easy. How do we make terracotta? We cook clay blocks. A clay block in a stoked kiln. What? Molten clay? Water. Oh, we can wash out colored terracotta and make it. That's pretty cool. Okay, so no matter what, it's going to be a block of clay for a piece of terracotta. So we need 4 blocks of clay, and we can put those on the grill, and that will make us some terracotta. I think that's how you say it, right? Terracotta? Is that clay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see here. What are we trying to make? Connectors. We're going to need 2, I bet. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go and cook 8. We'll make 2 connectors. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's got to be like a plug. So 2 connectors is going to be 6 copper ingots. So what I think we need to do is probably get, let's get some copper melted down. Don't I have a bunch of copper? There we go. There you go, copper. Let's do about half a stack. Okay, we'll melt that down. So we're going to need 6 ingots of copper. That's bronze. There's 1. We'll start with that. Aluminum, brass. That's really... Oh, this is the block of copper. That's what it was. Let's go ahead and... We'll melt that down in case we need extra. We'll just go ahead and hammer these for now. I'm hoping once we get those machines done over there, we'll be able to start automating some of this. I won't have to do this all manually. And we can get that crusher built and start doubling our iron ores. That'll be awesome. So that's going to cover us for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to cover us for the connectors. But now we have to make wire. So low voltage wire, LV. LV wire coil and insulated. I think I want to make it insulated. I don't want to electrocute myself. So we need 4 coils. To make 4 coils, we need 4 copper wires and a stick. To make a copper wire, we need a plate. So I need 4 copper plates. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 copper plates. I think we're doing the math right. Let's go on an adventure and find out. 2, 3. And what's really weird is I could swear I've got a copper plate laying around. Oh, I know where it is. It's way over there. I'm strangely out of character. I'm remembering things. Okay, so those 4 copper plates, and we'll use our clippers in a second that we've got over on the table. And a stick, a treated stick? Oh, a regular stick will work. Okay. So to make it insulated, we have to use tough fabric or hemp cloth. How do we make that? Hemp cloth can be made from hemp fibers. And we get 6 of those from a hemp rope. And how do we craft those? From a hemp rope block, hemp rope. How do you make hemp rope? From a saw? What in the world? How do we make hemp fibers? All right. Hemp fiber bowstring, industrial hemp fiber, tough fabric. Tough fabric is made from, okay, with a stick. Hemp rope is from Better with Mods. Click that. R for recipe. A rope block will make 9. How do you make a rope block with 9? Are we getting... How do you make that? Hemp fibers. Where do you get hemp fibers from? Aha! Half the time I forget this even exists. From hemp. Okay, so I think we have to go harvest some hemp. I think that's what we've deduced. Alright, so we'll run over here. I should have a fairly decent crop of hemp growing over here because I haven't really touched. There we go. Nice. We do. And I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, you leave that bottom plant there and it should grow back. Okay, so we've got 11. Grindstone, right? Hemp fibers, millstone. Not around my neck. We'll go over here and put this in the millstone. And that should give us hemp fibers. And like I said, we want this to be insulated wire because we don't want to get electrocuted. Electrocuted is not the way to go. Unless we're trying to build... Look, it's like magic! It's not the way to go unless you're wanting to make a crazy, really, really brutal mob farm. Why did it... I'm going to hold shift and plus. Did it do all of them now? There we go. So that's 4. And what do we need? I didn't need to make rope. We just needed 4 hemp fibers. Okay. But I can, Oh, cool. I can condense it down and then break it back down into that. So I think for now, we'll just leave that stuff there. We might end up needing that at some time. So let's see. So I've got the plates. I've got sticks. I think we're good to go. I'm trying to remember. I set something up. I think it was making steel was what the other thing was. To make... Oh, I know what it was. It was the clay blocks we put on the grill. Not that we're hungry for clay blocks, mind you. But we do want the terracotta. Okay, so... Relay. Connector? Connector, that's what we want. A low voltage connector. That'll give us... Oh, I didn't even pay attention. It's going to give us 4. So let's not waste that for now. We'll come back to that. So that's going to be our connector. And then we need to come over here to these clippers so that we can clip down these copper plates. Now, it might be just me, but it seems like it's a little excessive that you're going to use an entire plate, and there's 3 right there, that you're going to use an entire plate and clip it, and you're only going to get 1 piece of wire for each plate. It seems like you would get 2 or 3 wire for each plate. And it might be that way, but it might be tweaked for this, this mod pack, if I'm not mistaken. And let's do this. Since we're not using the blueprint so we don't lose it, like we did last time, let's just move it over here. Get ourselves a stick. And I think this is how we're going to do this. Caving rope. Okay. So back that up. No, LV. LV. That's what it was. LV coil. Oh. You open up. I was trying to be nonchalant about it because I had one more viewer comment I wanted to click on. Okay, so that's LV coil. And this is going to be insulated. What are we missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I had to make the cloth. And it takes 9 to make a cloth, right? And how many do we need? So 9 times, so 45. I don't have 45 hemp fibers, do I? I got 24 here and a bunch over there. All right, so let's just run over here, see what we got. So while I'm running over here, Magpie Tier said that when I was doing a search for blaze powder, it didn't work because I didn't type it all. I typed the word blaze. He suggested I type the word blaze, then do a space and the letter P. Now, I can't remember where I was searching for this. Great, we got enough. Awesome. He also said storage in this pack is a nightmare, which is correct. And then he just said the word cauldron. I don't know what that meant. So I just said, yeah, it was an enigma, buried in a riddle, buried in a conundrum or something. So Magpie, explain yourself, sir. I have no idea what you were trying to say to me. Riddles and whatnot. What is this? A revolver drum. It seriously looks like what you would put in a gun. Revolver speed loader. Oh, it is. It's pieces for a gun. Okay. Silver pack. All right, so LV. To make the hemp cloth, we need... So, let's see. How many of these can we make? 6? And I think we only needed 5? So we'll go with that. So that's going to get us 4 coils of insulated wire. So let's do this. Let's climb up here and see if we can break this wheel. And then we'll see if... Oh gosh. Did I just get shot off by a skeleton? Skeletor. Skeletor got me. Y'all stay down there in the pit. Maybe there's going to be a concert. So if I... Oh, nope. Okay, so we can place that there. That'll work. Now that's really odd. That didn't seem to appear when I had it placed on the other side. So an engineer's voltmeter. Will this show us anything? Right click does nothing. Left click does nothing. Right shift click does nothing. Okay, so let's... No, right clicking doesn't do that. I bet we have to put a connector on first, don't we? Where in the world did the connectors go? I had them. Didn't I? Did we leave them in the crafting bench? And I would really like to know where my slime sling went. Because that thing's kind of like something we really need. Okay, the connector's right there. Why did I not see that a minute ago? It just wanted me to... It just wanted attention. That's all it was. It just needed a little bit of attention. Okay, so... Let's try this. We'll climb up here. Can we... Oh, you... You guys, don't make me sleep. I will sleep and make you all burn up. Y'all come here, because we could use some rotted flesh for all this glue that we're needing. Come on, this is how you do crowd control right here. Whoop! 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 Come on! Are any of you going to drop rotted flesh, you little stinkers? You can get out of here with that mess. Look, here comes your arch nemesis. Actually, nemesis. There's only one of them. Okay, so standing on it wouldn't let me connect to it. So if we come up here... Okay, that connected to that. Now if I right-click, linking from there... Oh, gosh, that scared me. Squat to right here. Oh, that is so cool. So can I see how much power's coming out of it? Energy stored. 0 energy stored. 0 out of 16 IF is showing up. So why are we not getting any power? Because those two things are plugged together now, right? Let's do this, just in case. Let's see what happens. Can I run a piece of blaze powder through here? It won't let me place it. Let's get a completely empty hand. Nope, that didn't work. Nope, that didn't work. If I stand on it, is it going to move me? Nope. So that's not working either. How do you get that to go through? Maybe it has to have power before it will accept anything. So I wonder why that's not drawing any power at all. Oh, look. Okay, so that has 0 out of 1600. That's showing 0 out of 256. You just go ahead and keep taking your cheap shots there, but oh, that's it. It's on. Come here, you. You just want attention, don't you? There you go. All the attention you could handle. I knew I could hear something. You little stinker. Come here. Actually, you don't matter. Well, I mean, you know. What it doesn't say is, I could get away from you. You can't hurt me. But let's go and just do this. A little bit more rotted flesh. There we go. Okay, so for some really strange reason, that's got a 0. The windmill's moving, so it should be making power, right? Energy stored. Maybe the voltmeter's only going to tell me stuff about... Oh, maybe the relay has to be up here. So if I right... How do we break this without losing the wire? Let's go back. Easy wiring. Sneaking when using the pick block function on a connector will pick the connected wire from your inventory. Wire connections will break if a block obstructing the wire is placed. Connectors serve as in and outputs for the I energy net. You can place them on capacitors or other flux handlers and they'll transfer powers through connected wires. Relays will still accept wires but can't in or output. They serve as connection points between wires. Okay. Capacitor, transformer, wire cutters. Voltmeter is used to measure connections, aiming at any energy storage or right-clicking it will read its current storage. Sneak right-click two connectors to calculate. Okay, that's what that was. And then that feed through insulators. So how do I know that this thing is even making power? Like, I don't know. Maybe this face right here is supposed to be facing that way and this connector is in the wrong spot. I've got some wires, so I'm not going to be too concerned about this. I wish there was a way that I could salvage that wire. Did I just salvage? Oh, I did. Okay, awesome. So this Kinetic Dynamo, let's go ahead and break that. So it's quite possible that I just I put this thing on backwards maybe. So let's do this. Let's get that over here. Let's see. What I don't know is which one's the right direction. So if we do this, okay, that faces this way. So we'll break that. Let's put that there. And then we'll read this with a voltmeter. For some reason, it still doesn't want to read. And I wonder if I have to put the connector on the top. Because if we notice on that one, remember it had a little connection on the top there? So maybe that was the other issue. So we'll place that there. We're going to place a piece of wire here. Stop jumping, Piggy. We got stuff to do. And place a... Ooh! Oh, it's obstructed. All right, so let's lower this. But it looks like that was actually... Either we were doing it right, or it's just saying, you know what, you can't. Because this thing is... it's just... The angle is wrong. So we're going to see how low to the ground. How low can he go? Oh, and I think we're running out of stuff here. So let's see here. Let's put up the water wheel for now. That's going to give us a little bit of space in our inventory. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And nope, we need you. You come with us. So I can't remember how many blocks tall the windmill was. Was it 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's not moving. There is some stuff obstructing it. Oh, there it goes. Maybe it just had to calculate. Okay, so from here, we should be able to break one block. Place that there. Place that there. And then break this. Where did my pickaxe go? You come here. There we go. We're going to figure this out one way. By hook or crook, we're going to figure this out. So that's like that. And it might be that we might need to build another transfer spot. Like the angle just may not work. Okay, cool. That worked. That actually connected. So let's see. Where's our... Why do I have a projector in my inventory? Where did the voltmeter go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so... Oh, look! Okay, cool. So we just didn't have it plugged in right. All right, so let's see what happens. If I right-click... If I right-click... If I toss it down... So how do you make this work? All right. Come here, Manuel. What do you got to say for yourself? Basic wiring, heavy machinery, metal press. Automated way of shaping metal. It uses a high-pressure piston. Structures created as shown above. Click the piston. Wait. Oh, to form it. Okay. Power is input through the top and items through the conveyors. Obviously in the direction of movement. The lower middle block is the redstone control port. Right-clicking it with an engineer's hammer allows you to invert the redstone control. Okay, we made the metal press. We've done that. Metal press under pressure. So how do you get items on the conveyor belt? Am I not allowed to just, like, place them? Do we have to use a hopper or something? Let's check and see. Does immersive engineering have some kind of a hopper? At immersive. And this episode's running a little on the long side, but I'm very determined to see if we can figure this out. Oh, look. Drag stuff up a wall. That's what it was. Jerry can we can use to get fluids as well. Okay, I knew there was something else. I'm not seeing a hopper per se, a motorboat. Oh, cool. Okay. Expanded fuel tanks. Those are rabbit trails. All right, so let's do this. We're going to grab the hopper that we've been using over here for the stone anvil. Come here, you. We'll go and grab that. Just in case. Why is that taking so long to break? Let's see here. There we go. Hack the system, he said. And he did it with glee. So we'll come over here. And can I place a block there? Okay, that block will place. We got to be careful not to do that because that will obstruct that and mess things up. Okay, so that hopper, wooden hopper. Okay. And right-clicking on it does nothing. But we can come up here and toss a piece in. And that's not working either. So I'm not quite certain how you're supposed to make this thing work. It's got power. It's got full power, actually. It's completely powered. 16,000. Let's check our, let's check this. Use the metal press to convert them into blaze rods. Is there something that talks about how to make machines work. No. Construction. So we've done all that. That's... That. No, it's going to be a blast furnace. We don't want to look at that. Tools, maybe? Revolver, no. Engineer skyhook, chemical thrower, capacitor backpack. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So I'm not quite certain how in the world we're supposed to get items onto the conveyor belt. It won't let me, no matter what I do, it won't let me place the blaze powder. Is there not enough? 3 pieces didn't work. Right-clicking, that's not working. So I really don't know what to do here. I don't know why this isn't working. So if you can help Old Piggy, give him some suggestions in the comments. That'd be great. But I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode because we have run a little bit long. So if you enjoyed this episode, please click that like button. And if you want to see more of these and you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and click the notification bell. And that way YouTube knows that you're interested in seeing episodes as I release them. I'm going to do a little research and see if I can figure out how to get this thing working and get myself prepped and ready for next episode. And that's when I hope to see you is in the next episode